So earlier this week, we began talking about the United States Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And we said that the Bill of Rights are part of the Constitution. The Bill of Rights tells us some of our rights or some of the things we're allowed to be. And we said the first thing that we are allowed to be is we have the right to be happy. We have the right to do things that make us happy and to feel happy. We also said we have the right to be free, so that no one can tell us what to do. No one can own us. Today we're going to talk about some more of those rights, some more of those bills of rights. So the Bill of Rights, that's the first part of the Constitution, the first part of those rules. It says we have the right to be happy. It says we have the right to be free. It also says that we are free to believe. So if I look at my article, it says we're free to believe. We're free to believe what we want. So the Bill of Rights says that people in the United States can have their own beliefs. This means that people can choose their own religion. If I want to be Catholic or Methodist or Buddhist or Muslim, I can choose that. My family can choose that for me. No one can tell me that I can't practice a certain religion. And we can help protect this right by respecting what people believe. So if you look at some of these pictures on this side, these are some kiddos who are practicing their own religion and practicing what they believe. Some of them may look like what you practice, some of them may not, and that's okay, because our Bill of Rights says that we have the right to believe what we want to believe, and we can choose our own religion. No one has to force it on us. The Bill of Rights also says that we share our beliefs and opinions and not get in trouble. So it's okay to talk about it. Let's look at our article. It says free to speak. We're free to talk about and share our opinions. Now that word opinions is kind of like your feelings. So I'm allowed to tell how I feel about something. That's my opinion. So I can talk about my feelings and not get in trouble. Our beliefs and opinions can be different, but we can help to protect someone's rights by respecting those differences. So let's think of an easy one. Let's think about ice cream flavors. Now, my favorite ice cream is Superman. But that doesn't mean that your favorite ice cream has to be Superman. It's okay for you to say you really like chocolate ice cream. And I'm okay to stand up and say, well, I like Superman ice cream because it's got so many colors and it mixes its flavors together. And then you have the permission to stand up and say, well, I like chocolate because it's all one flavor and it's just so delicious. Now, the way that we protect someone's rights is by respecting other people when their beliefs are not the same as ours. So just because you might like chocolate ice cream does not mean that I get to be rude and nasty to you because we have a different opinion. So by showing respect, we're respecting or protecting other people's rights. So it's okay for me to believe one thing and you to believe something else, but we're going to be kind and respectful when we're discussing it. So let's go with another one. For instance, I love summer. So take a look at my seasons picture down here at the bottom. I love the summer. You know why I love the summer? I love the summer because I love to ride my bike. I love to go fishing. I love to go camping with my mom and dad. And so all of those things happen in the summer. But maybe you like winter the best because you love to get on your hat and gloves and snow pants. You like to grab your sled and you like to go sledding down the hill. And then when you're done, you like to come inside and have hot chocolate. Is that okay that you like winter and I like summer? Yes. Can we still be friends because I like summer and you like winter? Absolutely. We show respect. By showing respect, we are protecting other people's rights, even when they're not the same as ours. So one way we know what people think about or think is by talking to them. The Bill of Rights gives us the right to meet together. We can meet together to talk about what we think. So when are some times that you get together with your friends and family just to talk? I can think of one time was this weekend. I got together with my mom and my sister and my niece and nephew, and we were just talking. And then does everyone always have to want the same things? So we got together and we said, you know what, let's have a game night. So we agreed, let's have a game night. Then came the time to try to decide what game to play. There's so many: Monopoly, Ticket to Ride, Go Fish, Dominoes. So we all have our own thoughts on what we want to do. Is it okay if we don't all want to play the same game? It is. It's okay. But what do we do if we don't agree? For instance, my nephew really wanted to play Monopoly. Now, Monopoly is not my favorite game. It takes a long time. It's just not my favorite. But I really like Dominoes. And so we talked about it and we said, well, we just played Monopoly last week. How about we play Dominoes this time? Because we already just played this other game. So even though we didn't agree, we were able to compromise and come up with a plan for one of us to be able to get what we needed. Did we still have family game night? Yes. And we still got to play a game. And during that time, we were able to talk about what we think and give our opinions about that. So the Bill of Rights makes it so that we can get together, whether it's your family or a large group, and we can share ideas and talk, even again when we disagree, even when we don't have the same ideas. We are allowed to get together and talk about it as long as we are being kind and being respectful. That is how we protect other people's rights. The Bill of Rights also says that we can ask our government to do something different if we think what they're doing is unfair or harmful. Let's take a look at this article. The right to ask for change. If we don't agree with the government, we can ask for things to change. So if something is harmful or unfair, we have the right to say, listen, I think this should change. It's not working. Let's try something else. For instance, we are in the middle of a pandemic. We usually go to school. The government says all children must go to school. You have to physically go to the building. You sit in the classrooms, you learn, the teacher teaches, students learn. But the citizens said, it's harmful with the virus that's going around. It's harmful, this illness, this sickness. Is there something we can do instead? And guess what? We're teaching school online. So we asked for a change because it was harmful. And here we're given that change because we asked the government and the government has decided to help us out. And so sometimes when things aren't working, we can ask for them to change so that they become fair and safe. Safety is important. So let's think about something at home. Let's think about if there's something that you would like to change at home. What comes to mind first? The first thing that comes to mind is bedtime. How many of you think you have to go to bed way too early and you want to stay up later? So one thing you might want to change is bedtime. Maybe you want to change what chores you have to do around the house. Or perhaps you want to change what the dinner option is. So first of all, who would you ask to change those things? If you wanted to change your bedtime, who would you ask? Would you ask your neighbor? Would you ask Mrs. Wilcox? Probably not. You'd probably go ask your grown-ups. Is there a special way that you should ask for it? If you go up to your grown-up and say, I don't want to go to bed at this time, I'm going to bed later, do you think they're going to say, okay, that's fine? Probably not. But if you say, Mom, today there's a show on TV and I'd really like to watch it. Could I stay up a little bit later? And you use a respectful tone and you are kind and respectful. Do you think your family is going to maybe make that change for you? Probably. So the best way to ask for things, again, is to maintain respectful voices and be respectful. We protect those rights by being respectful always. So boys and girls, this week we've talked all about the Constitution, our basic set of rules, and the Bill of Rights, the things that we are entitled to. We're free to be happy. We have the right to be happy. We have the right to be free. We have the right to disagree with people. We have the right to believe whatever we want. We have the right to meet as a group. We have the right to talk about the things that we believe in. We have the right to ask for change. Those rights are all part of the Bill of Rights. And that's the rights given to us in our country when we created it so many years ago. The Bill of Rights are the things that we're allowed to do. And the most important thing for you to remember is whether you agree with someone or not, it's important for you to still be respectful and kind to all of those people around you.